After nearly 20 years since Sega's been in the console market, are they preparing to re-enter the console war? Holy shit. What is going on, everybody? This is the next edition of the Game Corner. I'm not exactly sure if this is going to be podcast or pocket because I do have quite a bit to talk about. This video may actually go over 30 minutes. So there was an interview with Mr. Haruki Satomi regarding Sega going forward, and they pretty much went right for the jugular on this one. They were asked, the interviewer asked, will there be a new console, pretty much, and Satomi pretty much started this interview by teasing his interviewer by saying, well, to commemorate the 60th anniversary of our establishment. Then he continued to say, well, unfortunately, I'd like to say that, but that's not going to happen. Now, of course, I'm going to paraphrase this interview. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll have this in the description box along with my other links and stuff, so you can read the full interview for yourself if you'd like. So he basically said, yeah, that's not going to happen. New system, unfortunately, not happening. He then continued to say that back in March, when we first revealed the silhouette of Sega Shiro, we heard a lot of fans ask if this was a Sega Saturn revival. He goes, he says, I'm nothing but grateful to have such expectations of Sega. I want to see us continue making content that shows that we're not going to betray such expectations. And if I sound a little nasally at this moment, I just had a sneezing fit. Gotta love that shit. He then continues, after being asked, they were asked about new Sega content going forward. He goes, well, firstly, what's important is to not lose the likeness of Sega. He says, originally it wasn't about imitation, but the company full of people who want to surprise the world. He then continues saying that he believes there has been a problem in recent years, that Sega hasn't been offering the kind of content that surprises people. He then says, due to the changes in era, it becomes more difficult to differentiate, and I was going to fuck that word up, between technology, as we've seen in the past. He then goes into announce this thing called Sega, called Go Sega. He says, for the 60th anniversary concept, with this opportunity, we plan to demonstrate the challenging spirit that's always been there with Sega. To bring the surprising kind of content that says, Sega is still here. So he wants to make a statement, say Sega's still a big name in the industry, which I'm all for it. And then he continues to go into the differences between 2, 3, 4G, and such. He says, if you look at the past, you see big innovations in the entertainment content industry. He says 2G had the iMode, 4G had free-to-play games and stuff like that. He said, in addition to predicting the always changing usage scene, we will create content that introduces new experiences. He says he truly believes we're living in a time where we must question the true value behind the saying, creation is life. So he says, as a group, Sega works not only on video games, but toys. This is the interviewer, I'm sorry. He asks, as a group, Sega works on not only video games, but toys, movies, and a variety of entertainment content. He says, what is it that keeps pushing Sega to continue creating entertainment regardless of games? And he pretty much ends the interview by saying, while it may differ across businesses, regions, and genres, the goal of warming people's hearts through entertainment content is all the same. We can create new experiences by putting together each of their strengths. He ends by saying he believes that the broadness of business is one of Sega's strengths. So that is the majority of the interview. I summarized it mostly. Again, it'll be in the description, so you could read the entire article if you'd like. Personally, I'm a fan of Sega. I'm a big Sonic fan. Of course, they are now the publishers of the Hatsune Miku games that have been releasing in the West since 2013, and I have every single one of those. I also like the Sega Mini, although I don't have the Genesis Mini, but I plan to get one eventually. However, I don't agree with everything they do, but I am looking forward to what Sega has planned for the future. I know they own Atlas, and I'm looking forward to Persona 5 Scramble. Also look forward to see what other content Sega puts out there. I actually just bought the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I got the Best Buy exclusive Ultra 4K Steelbook edition, which also came with the mini comic. So you can check my Twitter for that. I posted pictures yesterday on Twitter of that. Sega, of course, will get a portion of all the money, I'm sure, that the Sonic movie made. Not only from box office, but, Blu-ray and DVD sales, of course. I am looking forward to the Sonic movie sequel. I'm looking forward to see where they go with Sonic next, where they go with other games. I actually bought Streets of Rage 4 on release day last month. Played through it on stream. Thought it was an awesome game. Look forward to see if they do anything else with that series in the future. And if they do, hopefully it won't take another 23 years. But with that said, like I said, I don't agree with everything Sega does. And we're going to get right into this bullshit right here. Sega has announced the Game Gear Micro. Now it'll be coming in 4 different colors. Red, black, blue, and yellow. Each game will have 4 games on the little Game Gear. The console has a 1.5-inch screen, so it's very small. It will be retailing in Japan only for right now, releasing on October 6, 2020 for around $45 US. So we're going to go over it. The games are as follows. The following games included on the black version include Sonic the Hedgehog, Puyo Puyo Sue, Outrun, and Royal Stone. Sonic the Hedgehog, I imagine that's the original Sonic 1 from the Game Gear and Master System. Outrun is fun. I love Outrun. Puyo Puyo is alright. I'm not really a big fan of it, but I do play it sometimes. Never heard of Royal Stone. The blue one will feature Sonic and Tails. Gunstar Heroes, which is an awesome game. I love that game. Sylvan Tale, I've never heard of. And Boku Boku, or Baku Baku Animal. Never heard of that game either. The yellow one will feature Shining Forces 1 and 2, as well as Shining Force Final Conflict, as well as Nazo Puyo Arle no Rooks. Or Raux. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Sounds like a game that was only in Japan that we never got. I believe the Shining Force Final Conflict, I'm pretty sure that never came to the West either. And then the red version has Megami Tensei Gaiden, Last Bible, and Last Bible Special. It has the GG Shinobi, and it has Columns. Now, I've played Columns quite a bit over the years. I did actually own a Game Gear when I was a kid. Columns was one of my go-to games, as well as some of the Sonic games. I did have Sonic Triple Trouble, and I think that was the best Sonic game on the Game Gear. The Megami Tensei games, I guess this is before it became Shin Megami Tensei, perhaps. The GG Shinobi, I've never heard of that. Sounds like some of these games, obviously because it's releasing in Japan, they're choosing some games that never came to the West, and that makes sense. If this does come to the West, maybe they'll Maybe they'll either keep the options the same or they might change a few of those games out. But what I really don't like about this is if you have to spend $45 per micro, and as small as it is, and I know Nintendo's done the Game Boy Micro in the past, this is pretty much going to be as small as that, maybe a little bit bigger, but you're only getting 4 games for $45. Okay, that's $11.25 a game. That's more money than Nintendo charges for their games. For their old games, like SNES, NES, Game Boy, etc. They charge $8 every time you want to repurchase their old games on either the 3DS, on the Wii U, on the Wii when it was available, and 3DS, of course. I might have said that already, but they charged $8. Sega right now is charging $11.25 per game. That is obviously more money, and for the quality of games you get, I don't know if it's even worth. Like, some of these games may not even be worth that price in today's era. But not only that, if you want all 16 of them, you got to spend $180. Who wants to spend $180 for 16 games? That's ridiculous. I mean, you got more games on the Sega Genesis Mini for less. What did they sell that for? $80, and you got, what was it, like 24, 30 games or something like that? Something like that. I never owned one. I know it's like around the 20s somewhere. But I mean, that's crazy. You got more games on that for less than what you're getting with this. But that's not all, folks. No, that's not all. They are also offering a set of all 4 Game Gear Micros available in one set for $250, estimate US dollars, which will include a Sega special Sega Big Window accessory based on the same accessory that was available for the original Sega Game Gear. Now, that's pretty cool in itself, but if you made the fucking thing bigger, you wouldn't have to release an accessory to play the damn thing. And on top of that, they're charging $70 for a fucking magnifier. Are we serious here, Sega? What is wrong with you? A magnifier accessory, $70. I don't even think Nintendo ever charged that much for their third-party accessories. For the Game Boys. $70 for a magnifier. No thank you. Fuck off. So, you could buy the game separately for $180 to get all 16 of them, or you could spend another $70 to get all 16 games, but get a magnifier, which is probably not going to be all that great. It's probably going to distort the screen somewhat, just so you can play the damn things. It's to me, this isn't worth it. This is fucking stupid. And I'm glad this wasn't the real announcement that was going to take, Sega claimed would take the games industry by storm, because this is bullshit. This sucks. I do not like this at all. I like the original Sega Game Gear, even though it was a fucking battery hog. Took 6 AA batteries. But I tell you what, it was great fun in the car. Especially when you were going on a trip somewhere and you have nothing to do but sit in the back seat and be fucking bored. You whip out your Game Boy or your Sega Game Gear, you're going to have a blast in the back seat no matter what you're playing. I don't like this. I really don't. This sucks. So yeah, you can pre-order it if you want to on Amazon Japan or at Rakuten Books and of course the Sega Store. Don't. I mean, the different colors is cool. I think they should offer all 16 games on one color. They should offer all 16 games on every color. This way you could just pick whatever color you want. $45 for 16 games sounds like a pretty good deal. But not $45 for 4. They are also releasing a special DX Pack Smoke Collector's Edition, which will also be available through Ebtin. I have no idea what that is. This one is basically just a bonus replica that comes with the 4-pack bundle. So this is a replica. You can't play it, so it's like a collector's item type thing. It'd be pretty neat if you could play it, but I don't. It sounds like you can't. It doesn't say how much that one's going for. Of course, again, Japan release October 6, 2020. I don't like it. No. If it does come to the West, I'm not buying it. Not happening. Not for me. The next thing I want to go over here, the Neptunia series has gotten its next game. Initially called VVV Tunia in Japan, the game has been delayed in Japan, and in the West, the game is being trademarked as Neptunia Virtual Stars, and it is set to launch for the PS4 in 2021. So that's already a downgrade, because by then the PS5 should be out. At least we're all hoping it will be. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. My dad called and interrupted the recording. So as I was saying, the game comes out for the West. It is slated for sometime in 2021. The game is being called Neptunia Virtual Stars. It's advertised as a music-based hack and slash Neptunia Virtual Stars game. The premise of the game brings real-life world of virtual content and music creators into the mix. It is set in an alternate dimension, of course it is, with a virtual world fueled by content, a powerful force that is thoroughly relatable in the current gig economy. A force called Anti wants to destroy the content creators powering this dimension. So is this like the FTC, because they kind of want to kill us too, or is this YouTube, because YouTube wants to kill its creators quite a bit, seemingly. They attack the planet called Emo. That's a great fucking name for a planet. They attack the planet to near destruction. A distress signal is cast to multiple dimensions, bringing not only the gaming goddesses of the Neptunia world, but a squad of live streaming VTubers from Earth to help save Emo and preserve the content creation's way of life. Music is an important part of this game, as real-life VTubers will join in and contributed to the official soundtrack. The BGM can help or hurt you during battles, depending on your performance. The Neptunia Virtual Stars PS4 release will be both physical and digital. So this will probably have a limited edition. I don't like the fact that now they're bringing YouTubers into this fucking thing, and VTubers and Twitch streamers. It sounds like now, obviously, they're going to be based... Whatever gets put in this game is going to be based on those people. I don't think it's going to be actually those people. Although, you know, I don't think Idea Factory and Compile Heart can really afford to pay those people. I'm sure they would ask for more money than than those companies would be willing to pay. This is a spin-off game. Unfortunately, the battle system sounds pretty cool. A rhythm-based RPG battle system. I don't think that's really been done much in video games before, so that sounds like something interesting. But the plot of the game sounds kind of generic. And the fact that now they're shoehorning fucking YouTubers and virtual fucking people and streamers, I don't like that. But I am a sucker for the series. My stupid ass will probably buy the limited edition when it comes out. I will play it. Probably get the Platinum Trophy. The game is supposed to come out, I believe, this August in Japan. The game was originally scheduled to release, I believe, next month, but it got pushed back, as well as Mary Skelter Finale. That got pushed back to October. I believe October 8th. I could be wrong about that date, but I know it's definitely October now. So we probably won't see Mary Skelter finale in the West until sometime in 2021 as well. Usually it takes about 6 to 8 months between localization and original release. So if the game comes out in August, I think we'll see the game in sometime in the winter next year, between February and April. So it could be winter, mid to late winter or early spring, I think, is when we'll see these games, in my opinion. Yeah, so I have mixed feelings on this game. I hope it's good. It's going to give me a reason to play my PS4 again after I get a PS5, that's for sure. Although if the PS5 is compatible with the PS4 games, depending on how they do it, I might not even need to boot up the PS4 to play this. So, yeah, that's that. Don't know what else to say about that. Now, we're going to end on this note. This is going to be a long one, okay? I'm going to go over the entire Days of Play gaming sale lineup that is available on the PlayStation Store. Also, some of these games are available at select retailers. There are 202 games and DLC items on sale right now until June 17th. And we're going to go over them right now. I'm going to go over only the games and bundles, pretty much. I'm not going to be going over all the DLC. We'll be here all fucking night. So here we go. The list will be in ABC order, of course. Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown bundle for roughly $20. Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey, $20. Various Apex Legends editions, from going for anywhere from $10 to $20. We have A Plague Tale Innocence for $17. Assassin's Creed Odyssey Ultimate Edition for $30. Assassin's Creed Origin and Assassin's Creed the Ezio Collections, both $12. Astrobot Rescue Mission PSVR game, that's $10. Let's go over to the next page. Gotta wait for this to load. Okay, here we go. What do we have here? We have Batman Arkham Knight full game for $4. So that sounds pretty damn good if you haven't gotten it yet. We have some DLC here for Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5 for roughly $15. We have Black Desert, microtransactions here. What else we have? Page 3. This only shows 12 items at a time. That's what's going to take so long to go through this list. What do we got here? Black Desert Standard Edition bundle, Ultimate Edition bundle for $15 to $40. Blood and Truth PSVR game for $20. Borderlands 2 VR for $20. Borderlands 3 is on sale for $30. If you don't have it yet, I think $30 is a decent price for that game, in my opinion, especially if you like Borderlands. Bravo Team PSVR for $10. Here we go. Black Ops 4 bundle for roughly $20. Modern Warfare, the new one, the latest one, for $45. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 campaign for $15. Code Vein for $36. Concrete Genie for $12. Let's load the next page. This is going to take just a little while, as I said. You know, the way I have to go through this. Concrete Genie bundle, if you want the Digital Deluxe Edition, for $16. Control Digital Deluxe Edition for $40. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy plus Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled is $41.25. I think that's a really good deal for 4 games. Crash plus Spyro triple play bundle, which would give you the Insane Trilogy, Nitro Fueled, and the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. $60. I think that's a really good deal if you don't have those games and you want them. The CTR Nitro Fueled by itself is $24. Dark Souls 3 is roughly $9.50. Dark Souls 3 Deluxe Edition, roughly $13.50. Dark Souls 1 Remastered is $20. Days Gone, roughly $15. The Deluxe Edition for that is $18.50. Dead by Daylight, for a character for the Chains of Hate chapter, has almost $6. Damn. We're not going to go over the rest of those. What are we at? Page 5. Go to page 5. What else do we got here? Dead by Daylight Special Edition, $12. More characters. Death Stranding is on sale for $24. The Digital Deluxe Edition is $32. Destiny 2. These are levels. I'm not going to go over this. Fuck Destiny. I don't know how that game is even alive still. Devil May Cry 5 with Red Orbs bundle is roughly $19.50. Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition is $30. Doom Eternal Deluxe Edition is $58.50. Standard Edition is $39. Doom VR, $15. I imagine that's Doom 2016 VR, because it doesn't say Eternal. Dragon Ball Fighters, $12. I think for $12, that's a really good game. The Fighters Passes, I will mention this one only because, I think they also make the game even better. Fighter Pass 1 is $17.50. Fighter Pass 2 is $12.50. I really need Fighter Pass 2. I think there's a Fighter Pass 3 coming. Dreams is $30. If that was discounted, maybe by another $5 or $10, I'd definitely buy it. Dying Light, the following Enhanced Edition, is $12. EA Family Bundle, $10. And it looks like you get Need for Speed, the 2015 reboot, Garden Warfare 2, and Unravel. So if you think $15 is worth it for those, $10 is worth it for those games, go for it. Need for Speed, the reboot, honestly wasn't that bad. Alright guys, apparently when my phone fell over, when I was talking about the EA bundle for $10 with Garden Warfare 2 and Need for Speed, my phone fell over and apparently it stopped recording. And I didn't know that, and I just went through the rest of this list thinking I was still recording, because the phone only fell over. It fell straight down. It shouldn't have stopped recording. I don't know why it did. But then while I thought I was recording, my phone fell over another 2 times, and it started to piss me off. And I'm not going to go through this list again, so I'm not going to go through the rest of this again. I went through almost half of it. I'm going to put the PlayStation Store link in the description box, along with the other stuff I mentioned earlier. So you can check out the rest of this list for yourself. DLC for some of these games and bundles and remasters and ultimates and deluxe editions are available as well. Some of these games are available at some retailers, like probably find them at Walmart, Target, GameStop, stuff like that. Again, the PlayStation link will be in the description box. You have roughly 10 more days to join in on the sale if there's anything you're interested in. Sorry for the way this video is ending, but I'm kind of fucking aggravated now at what just happened. I don't know why, again, my phone has been falling over. I did the last, 4 of these this way. Never had an issue, but I guess it's the first time for everything, so. Tune in to Derailed 117 tomorrow night. Probably going to be talking about the protests a little more, and the movement that I'm not going to mention the name of because I'm just tired of hearing about it already. No offense to anybody. I'm just tired of hearing about it. You can't go on fucking social media. You can't watch TV. You can't even boot up certain video games anymore without having it thrown right in your face. So, check out Derailed 117. I will be defending my Cards Against Humanity Championship on the show. Hopefully I retain my title. That's the plan anyways. So, guys, if you come over to the stream tomorrow night, awesome. If not, until next time, folks, my name is The Rose, and I'll catch your ass down the road.